Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're going to go over how to do something like this, a blistering boiling skin effect. I'm going to be doing this on my hand, but you can do this on almost, keyword almost, anywhere. I used this effect for the 2018 15-second horror challenge on top of my other makeup. This whole effect cost me something like $7 at Walmart, so it's both frugal and effective. Now to start, all you need are antacid tablets that fizz. That's it. You place some down, you crush them, you get them into both a fine powder, a medium level powder, and a chunkier powder. And the reason for that is that the finer the powder, the faster it fizzes, the larger, the slower. We want to have a randomized effect. When you have that done, you pour the powder over your hand or wherever you're going to be doing this on your body. Then you take a spray bottle and you press spray. You just let the water hit your skin and instantly you will see that these tablets start fizzing, and you see the larger bits do tend to fizz a little slower, and it leaves the effect lasting just a little bit longer. Now for a second iteration of this, I'm just going to take some cheap skin paint that I got from Spirit Halloween and with the red, blot my hand until it looks really rough and really irritated. This is going to help sell the effect because it's going to look like there's a reason for the skin to be fizzing and bubbling in the first place. You see that I'm blotting red, and when I'm done with the red, I'm going to go for the black. The black's going to add just a little more contrast. And once I'm happy with the makeup, I simply just reapply those antacid tablets using different textures and different chunkiness levels, hit it with the spray bottle again, and already it looks much better because there's a layer of irritation below. Now for this final iteration, it's a little more complicated, but it's much more believable. It involves using some liquid latex to create some burn texture and then painting in the gaps. So I just start by painting on a couple of layers of liquid latex, 3 or 4, letting them dry in between. Next, I use the end of the brush to create some openings. These are going to be your burn marks. You can see what I'm doing right here is I'm just working the latex back and forth, getting through those layers until I get a hole, until I get a deep textural mark on my skin that I am proud of. Now, some of the latex is going to tear easier than others depending on how it dried and how you layered it. And I'm just doing another one here, a little bit smaller, and this one's a little more difficult. And I didn't shave my gorilla hands before doing this, so it was a little painful. So if you do this on your hands or place that there is hair, think about shaving. Now for the first step after making the latex tears, I'm going to do what we did in the second iteration of this and just paint my skin red. That's going to be the burn mark area / irritation area. And I'm just filling everything in, alternating with red and black. Now, when it comes to black specifically, what you want to do for the edges is try to get underneath the latex. Okay, it gives the illusion that the skin is irritated far beyond what we can see, and it also creates depth and texture. Now to wrap this all up, I'm going to paint the outer edges and the non-torn latex areas a deep dark yellow. That's going to give that blistering effect. And on top of the yellow, I'm just going to add some pinkish skin tone to try to hold it all together and make it look like not everything is burnt. And for the grand finale, we're just going to add some more antacid tablet powder and give it a spritz. Of all 3 iterations, this is my favorite. It is the most believable, especially when you look at it from a distance. It was well worth the time to paint on the latex and paint on all the different burns because it makes sense why this is blistering. And one of the coolest things about antacid tablet powder that is fizzing is that depending on how you want it to look on screen, you can dab up globs of it. So up until now, I've just been putting the antacid tablet powder on randomly, but now what I'm doing is I'm taking it away from the areas that are supposed to be burnt, because realistically those areas probably wouldn't be bubbling, but the skin around it would be. And right away you can see that that makes it even more sellable to the audience. So you can model and mold how you use the antacid tablet powder. It doesn't all have to be just sprinkled on. And that is that. I hope you gained something from this tutorial, and I hope you started thinking about more creative ways you can use antacid tablets and just common items in your productions. Until next time, happy Halloween. Goodbye.